And then also it does cover a little bit of the licensing process in the event that you're still in the process of getting that all figured out. You've got our MP3 auto review. That's what I would work on while you're actually in the course. This, you could listen to this as many times as you need to. You're not going to wear it out. It's 5 hours. And in the time it could take you to go through the course twice. You know, we get people that come to us and they ask us that question of, hey, can I take the course a second time? And we do sell something called an audit where you don't necessarily need the course for credit, but you want to go through it again. But we only usually recommend that when it's been, you know, over a year or 18 months since you've taken the course and maybe your course completion's about to expire, so you don't need the completion, but you completely forgot everything. But that's, you know, 63 hours to go through that information. You could go through this MP3 12 times. This is a 5 hour, not even 5 hours, so you probably even make it through like 13 times in the time it would take to go through that class again. And it's not going to be as in-depth. It's not going to cover everything that the course does, but what it is going to do is focus on the key points that are most important for the exam. And then you want to move on to step number 3, to test your knowledge with the question simulator. And again, this has over 700 practice questions. You get instant feedback that pops up after every single question. It's a little pop-up that goes up there, and it's not just, hey, you're wrong. It's, hey, that's not quite right. A transaction broker relationship is the default relationship in Florida, and it always has the duty to disclose material defects. So it's focusing on those things you need to remember rather than focusing on the specifics of the scenario that is unique to that question. And then number 4, and I do recommend saving this one for last. So this one can be beneficial as well because it's broken down by unit. Everything here is broken down by unit. And so what's beneficial about the weekend prep recording is since it is broken down by unit, maybe you just covered something in your course in an instructor-led class and you're like, that didn't make the most sense. I need to go through that again. You could go and hit that weekend prep recording for that unit and have a much more condensed review of what's important, because maybe the stuff that was confusing you wasn't even stuff that's necessarily important for the exam. And no sense trying to understand completely some small detail that might not even be important for the exam and also might not be important in the real world unless you're maybe practicing a specific type of real estate. Which if you are, then yeah, go for it for understanding that further. But one thing at a time, keeping priorities in mind. That's where you want to be careful with not overwhelming yourself. And that's the problem with, just saying, I'm going to take this whole book, I'm going to take this whole textbook here, and I'm just going to learn this thing inside and out. I've been teaching this for years, and I still don't know this content inside and out like that. I know it actually pretty well. And I'm confident I could go in there and pass the exam on the first try. But it's not because of my test taking abilities. It's not because of anything other than the fact that I know the information.